everyone. Hope you hear me well and see my screen. If yes, could you please type just plus in chat or questions whenever it's convenient for you. Okay, thanks. So let's start. So hi again. My name is Anastasia and I'm glad to welcome you on the practical session where we are going to apply advanced sugar configuration technique to overcome business challenge. So it's often requested to establish manual free coordination between tools used by company so that as soon as the key event or data are identified in CRM system, the whole IT ecosystem would take them into account and process them in a corresponding way. So today, we are going to configure smooth collaboration between Sugar CRM and ActiveCampaign so that nurturing lead via marketing automation could be managed dynamically and automatically on the basis of the CRM data collected. So today we will set up Sugar CRM to provide ActiveCampaign with lead stage updates. As you may conclude from the webinar's expected length, we are going to establish a fairly simple integration in less than 30 minutes. So let's start. All I need for today is my browser, and currently I'm using Chrome. Firstly, it's Sugar currently on the screen, and here we see lead record. Here I have a custom field named stage with some options available to choose. And also I have ActiveCampaign, and let's open this contact which represents this lead from Sugar. And also I have here stage field, it's custom field created in ActiveCampaign with the same values as in Sugar. So now we want that this stage from lead, whenever it's updated in Sugar manually or automatically, this update go here in ActiveCampaign and represents in this field. So let's do this. For configuration, I'm going to use Logic Builder tool Visual Configuration Designer for Sugar. So here I'm going to represent how Sugar should send this update to ActiveCampaign. So I'm signed in and let me choose previous project from previous webinar, which is called Marketing Automation. So firstly, what I need to do is update metadata. I'm going to a project, update project metadata, and here I'm going to copy paste link to Sugar and provide access to Sugar. So that means that here I'm reading metadata in Logic Builder to know what custom fields are there on my instance, what custom models, and so on, stuff like this. So metadata is updated and we could start. Firstly, we need to define a trigger for our logic. Basically, when something is changed, we are using operator on data change, which works whenever something is changed within module. And module for today is leads. So I define whenever something is changed in leads and work after save. What I need to do next is to check whether stage was changed. How I can do this? I simply read value from the current state, actually, what actual value is in the field stage. And I want to compare it with previous one. So simply pick up current and previous value from stage, and I say when this value isn't equal to this one, that means the stage was changed. So I put not equal to. So when current value isn't equal to the previous one, that means the stage was changed by someone or something. And as I have some in output here like true or false, I'm going to use evaluation operator branch, which divides my flow on two passes, true or false, based on conditions that I'm going to input here. So I pick up result from this evaluation, current value of stage with previous one, and put it into condition. And link operator with the previous one to define the order of operators execution. So actually what we are going to do next is to send update directly to the ActiveCampaign. How I can do this? For this, I'm using, first of all, Google to find ActiveCampaign API. So I open the first link and check what I have here. First of all, it's I can use REST for this, and basically it fits very well because in Logic Builder, I return back, there is operator which is called REST client. So basically it allows me to send to the using API request to other systems. In this particular example, it's ActiveCampaign. So what we need to do to complete this request? First of all, we need URL. Let's go to API description and check what is URL. So we have base URL, which is your account name, API, and so on. You can find this information, for example, in ActiveCampaign Developer tab, where there are your API key and this URL. And now let's scroll from the left side what request we should build. We are going to contact section and find custom field values because, as I mentioned, stage is custom field for ActiveCampaign. I've created it. And what we need for today is update a custom field value for contact field fits us very well. Let's see what URL we have here. So here is example of this URL that we should send request to. Let's see it. So the first part is defined from your personal account settings, and I defined it prior in Sugar using Logic Builder extension named constant. Let me show you quickly this. So I go to, where is my named constant? And here I have two constants, which is URL and my API key, so I can use them in Logic Builder. Let me close this and return to Logic Builder. So how we going to create a URL? First of all, I'm going to use concatenate strings to combine my permanent, let's say, part of the URL and the second one, which is what we are going to do, update a custom field. So I copy this part, return to Logic Builder, find my named constant, which is link. Here is the, you see the first part of the link, and combine it. Let me put it a little bit upper. Combine it with the second part, which I copy from ActiveCampaign API description and put it here. As you may see, there is ID here, and ActiveCampaign asks for ID of the custom field, and I know that ID of my field is 1, but you could choose check what other IDs are for your custom fields in ActiveCampaign. Anyway, we combine the link, request URL, and put this result here in URL. Then we want to define HTTP method, which is put. I know it from here. You can see this is put method. What we are going to do next, we are going to define header where we are going to authorize in the ActiveCampaign. So from headers, let's see what I can use. From Logic Builder, I can get HTTP headers from the structure. So where I'm going to have headers here and put it directly in REST client. And here I need to define a structure. Do we have any structures here? I believe no. So let's create one. So I'm going to use operator create structure, and I need to define structure scheme. So I'm using structure scheme, and here I need to define my header. Again, I'm referring to the API description, and let's check authentication. Here, as you may see in description, API key should be provided as HTTP header, which we are doing right now, with name API token. So we copy this, return to Logic Builder, and paste it here. So we defined it, and now we need to put value into it. Let me zoom out a little bit and put it away here and use set structure fields. So I link it with previous one, define the structure, pick up this API token, and again the value I'm going to use from sugar using named constant value put here, and for now I'm using for constant API, which I defined in sugar prior to this webinar. And again, I remind you that these values can be picked up from ActiveCampaign settings in Developer tab. So let me just link with previous one operators to define the order and put structure here. This magic gets me headers for my REST request and put result here to send actual request. So we get URL, we get our headers, and very final, we need to get to build a body for our request. Again, I'm referenced to the documentation. Again, I'm returned to custom field values, and to this request, update a custom field value for a contact. And as I mentioned, my field stage is a dropdown. So let's go to the dropdown and see the body that ActiveCampaign expects to receive in order to update some field. How we are going to build this request? Well, actually, we are going to use a lot of copy paste right now. As you may see here, we have some static, let's say, values, okay? And then we define what we are going to put into ActiveCampaign. Firstly, it's ID of the contact, which particular contact we want to be updated. Then it's field, what field we want to update, ID of this field, and finally what value we want to put. So let's do this. Again, the part that isn't changed, I'm just select and copy. Return to logic builder and use probably for now my favorite operator, concatenate strings to combine several strings into one line. Let me zoom a little bit. So my first string is what I copied just now. Let me remove unnecessary spaces so you will see on one screen. So now I need to define ID of the contact, which is actually lit in Sugar CRM. And how can I get this ID? I'm using operator get entity attributes, return to the very beginning, pick up my lead, and input it here. And search for field, which is ActiveCampaign ID, because I have configured here in this instance the same simple integration between synchronization between ActiveCampaign and Sugar to whenever lead is created in Sugar, send it to ActiveCampaign and return back an ID of this contact. So I put ID of the contact here. Again, I'm use a string to continue creating my body of the request. Again, I pick up the next part, copy, paste is here. And now we need to define ID of the fields that we are going to update in the same way as I mentioned before. The ID of field stage is 1 in ActiveCampaign. Let's go next. We again copy part and paste it here. And now we need to send a value, new value of the stage from Sugar. So again, I return to get entity attributes and looking for field stage C because it's custom field, and input it's in my request. I'm sure that my stages are the same in Sugar CRM and in ActiveCampaign, but if they are different, it's easy to transform this data to be applicable for this particular request. And very final, I need to copy the rest of the request body and input it here. So just paste it here, put into concatenation. So all these value strings will be combined into one line, and we need to transform it using get HTTP, oh no, parameters, get REST parameters from string, because here we have string. I put result here and put it into query parameters. So actually I need to link with previous value, and actually that's it. We defined where we want to send our request, what headers and body, and actually that's it. Let's just, for the demo purpose, output result from the response from the ActiveCampaign API into Sugar CRM log, just to see what we are going to have there. So log level will be fatal, and let's put some constant string like response from ActiveCampaign. So why I'm doing this, it allows me easily locate this line in the log, in the Sugar CRM log. And let's output response code and response. So actually that's it. That's what that's how we are going to send request from Sugar to ActiveCampaign. Let's save this project for further usage or possible changes. For example, let's give it a name like send stage update to ActiveCampaign. Save. And now we need to deploy these changes into Sugar. For this, just click on button generate, go to Sugar, and deploy this package as any other Sugar package through module loader, admin section, module loader, upload, install, and commit. And while it's uploading, it takes a few time. Let's return to Logic Builder and quickly recall what we have just done. So we started from, let me put comments, whenever lead is changed. So whenever something is changed in lead, this logic will trigger and proceed to the next step to check whether stage was changed. So let's put it here, stage was changed. And if yes, stage was changed, because we are following true path, following this white link, which is called control flow link, we are going to firstly create our header. Let me put comment create, not create, but compose header. And then actually send request. Let's also put it send request. And also in this request, we add some necessary values like URL, like compose URL, and compose body, actual body, what we are going to update with what values, like compose body. And very final step is just for curiosity to get the results, response from the ActiveCampaign. And actually that's it. Let me remove this. Lead is changed, whether it was stage changed. If yes, all these 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say pieces to compose request, and finally read response. But for now, we just read it and do nothing with the results. So let's return to Sugar and see whether the package was deployed. Yes, it was. What we are going to do, let's go to and open Sugar log. So let's view log. Next, mark point. Oh, sorry, mark point. Okay. Close this one and open lead. So here is my lead in stage new. In ActiveCampaign, I'm also open this lead in stage new. Let's check whether what we have just configured is working. So let's change from new to nurturing and save. Success saved. Okay, let's check in ActiveCampaign. Reload our page. It is not working. Why not? Let's see in sugar CRM log. Okay, so this contact is a little bit corrupted. Anyway, I have another one. So this is another one lead, which is also represented as contact here. And it has stage nurturing. Let's move it, for example, for transfer to sales and save. And let's check again whether it was changing to nurturing from, yes, it was perfect. Perfect from the second attempt. And let's check in log. So in first we have some error. We can process this error as Sugar CRM admin, navigate to API documentation and check. And in second example is respond to OO and everything is okay. There is some response from ActiveCampaign API. We can parse it, input some data into Sugar or send some notifications and so on. So it was quite simple, isn't it? Let me return to my PowerPoint because it's all about actual demo part. So that is how it's possible to configure simple updating of stage from Sugar CRM in ActiveCampaign. And you could try it as well because there is a 30 days trial period for Logic Builder and you could sign up for it and try it yourself. Also, you may check other videos on our website to check what other webinars, what other challenges we already addressed based on this webinar series. For example, like for this project that I've loaded in Logic Builder, how we moved lead dynamically between target lists based on some criteria, or how we processed leads from the website, and so on and so forth. So that's all actually for today. Let me check if there are any questions from you or comments or whenever you want to say me right now. Anyway, if it looks like there is no comments for now, okay, you may, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to contact me or us directly. We will be more than happy to help you and answer all possible questions about Logic Builder and whether it is applicable for resolving your tasks. Well, thank you very much for watching. Well, there is one question. Can you also control the campaigns module as well? Well, it's dependent on what exactly by controlling means, but I believe that yes, campaigns module can be worked within Logic Builder or within ActiveCampaign as well. From the Sugar side, Logic Builder works with most modules, the custom one and out of the box, and campaign basically out of the box module. And from the ActiveCampaign side, I believe if campaigns are accessible from from API, we can work with them as well through Logic Builder, I mean. So again, thank you for your question. If there are any questions, let us know. And thank you very much for watching today, for joining me today. Have a good day, stay safe and healthy, and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.